Good evening, choir. I hope your Wednesday night is going well. Um, I do not have a devotional tonight. I have more announcements than time really allows. So there's not going to be devotion tonight. But for announcements, since that's what we're going to do, first of all, Lisa let me know that you guys will be singing your next song on May 23rd. That's the first Sunday I'll be home. Um, so this May 23rd, that Sunday is also Pentecost. I'm not sure if you guys were aware of that or not. The color of Pentecost is red. And so, since as church leadership, and you will be providing a song, and since we're starting to move in the direction of dress code, since we're not in robes, we are not going to be doing black and white. Instead, we're going to be doing black and red for Pentecost. Last time I was home, there was a couple individuals who were not wearing the dress code. I know this may seem silly to some people, but the visual element really does make an impact. So please, please, please do your best to be in black and red for Pentecost. I will be there that Sunday, and I'd really appreciate it if I could see everyone in black and red. That way, you guys look like a cohesive team, and you look put together, and you also look like you're leading the worship. You're being a part of the worship. So we want to make sure that not only do you sound good, but that you also look good, and that you look as, like I said, a part of a team. So black and red, Sunday, May 23rd. I will be home, hopefully, for next Wednesday's practices. My fiance and I are trying to get everything ready to leave by Tuesday morning. That'll put us into Colorado Springs Tuesday night. And like I said, if everything goes well, I should be at your Wednesday practice. So I can throw in little notes here and there before you guys sing on Sunday. So that's the plan. Hopefully see you guys next Wednesday. When I come home, I know your guys' choir season is winding down, but at some point I would like to sit down as a choir and kind of talk about, last week I asked you guys to think about how you as an individual, how you could help grow this group, and then also how this group as a whole could grow. And so I asked you guys to pray and think about that, and I still want that to be in your guys' minds, thinking, praying, brainstorming about how to grow this group, not only in numbers, but spiritually, all of the above. So when I am home, I would like to come up with a night where we could sit down and talk about how we're going to do this. I have a couple of individuals in mind who have come up to me and expressed interest in singing in the choir. So hopefully they'll still be interested when your season starts up again in August. I'm going to keep their names, and I told them that you guys were getting ready to go on break. So anyway, I would like to sit down with you guys, and so we can talk about how let's grow this group. How are we going to do that? How do we grow this group? Do we advertise? Do we go out personally and say, hey, I'd really like to see you at choir practice? So we're going to talk about how we can grow this group in kind of a campaign way, what you guys need from me, what I would like to see from you guys next year. So whenever your guys' last Wednesday practice is, if it's this Wednesday, let's say that the following Wednesday it won't be a practice, but it'll be a meeting instead. So whatever your last practice is, plan for another Wednesday after that. And like I said, that last Wednesday will not be a practice, but it will be more of a meeting. So you're going to follow your schedule as followed, and then you're going to just add 1 week till whenever you think you're done. And on that added week, we're going to have the meeting together. For tonight's music, I'd really like you to just do everything we were talking about. I took a glance at that song that you guys are doing on the 23rd real quick, and not real familiar with it, but from what I saw, it's a very pretty song. Lots of areas for you guys to make notes on your music. So before practice even gets started tonight, I'd really like you guys to grab a pencil, and don't be afraid to circle and mark on your music. It's paper, and that's what pencils are for. So don't use a pen, but pencils. Get them, circle, underline, anything you need to do. We're going to be making notes on where we need to really be listening to each other. Technically, that's the whole song you need to be listening to each other, but there are some spots where special attention is needed. So I'd like you guys to mark that. I'd like you guys to again, listen to that blend. Listen to the people in back of you, in front of you, on either side of you. If your voice is obviously sticking out, then you're not doing your part in blending. And so that's what we need to really start to cover and think about is how do I bring my voice into sounding like a part of the choir. You don't want to stick out. You don't want to be an individual. You don't want people to easily, point and say, I know that voice. You want it to be a one big, pretty mass voice when you're in a choir. Obviously, if someone's singing a solo, that's a different thing. But if it's just everyone singing together, that blend needs to be present. So what we're going to do tonight is continue to listen and be aware of your own voice and how your voice is in relationship to the rest of the choir. Also, on this song that you guys are looking at, dynamics are always important, so I'd like you guys to go through and circle where you guys want to be real quiet and where you guys want to come up and be more loud and supported. Don't be afraid to exaggerate it. Dynamics are one of those things where less is not more. You almost want to when you're singing it, you want it to be almost over exaggerated in your ear. If it seems over exaggerated to you, that means it's probably just about right actually for the listener. So when you're thinking about the dynamics, think about really dramatic softs and really dramatic louds. Like I said, it's going to probably sound like overkill to you as the singer, but it'll be really strong for the listener. So you really want that dynamic and dramatic and wide range of softs to really louds. And like I said, it's right if it seems like it is overly dramatic to you. So you really want to be paying attention to that. And also, we need to be marking where we are going to be taking breaths. As I said several weeks ago, there's several places to take breaths. You have to decide where you're going to breathe as a group, where you're going to breathe in your sections, so soprano, alto, tenor, bass, if each section is going to take turns breathing. Or also the third option is, stagger breathing, each individual taking their own breath here and there so that there never seems to be a break. So you guys have to talk about that and with Lisa's help decide which would be best. So should the whole group do a dramatic pause and breath here? Should only one of the sections breathe here? Should individuals stagger breathe throughout the entire song? That's for you guys to listen and talk about and to make a musical decision about, but it needs to be done. That's all I have for you guys. Again, just to reiterate, on May 23rd, my first Sunday back, is Pentecost. We will be wearing black and red. And like I said, it'd be very much appreciated if everybody was wearing black and red. It may seem silly, you don't need a dress code, all that stuff, but it is important, and like I said, it would mean it would be very appreciated by me for the black and red. That way that we as leadership look like we take our responsibility of leadership very important. I will be home hopefully for next Wednesday's practice, so I can sit in with you guys and throw in some last minute notes for the song. And again, we're just going to be marking our musics. Lots and lots and lots tonight. Pencil on the lead should be worn down. Circling intros, circling dynamics, circling trouble spots that you need to pay attention to, and making breath notes. If you guys do that, and if it's really conscious and really intensive, then the music will only be better for it. And remember, I know I said it 15 times, but when you're doing the dynamics, the more dramatic, the better. It'll sound crazy to you, but it'll really move the listener in great ways. I hope you guys have a great practice. As always, email or call me with any problems, and I want you to be thinking over these next couple of weeks about what you as an individual can do and what we as a group can do to help grow this choir. And again, you're going to continue your normal schedule, and then there is going to be one extra week after your normal schedule for us to sit down and have a meeting as a group to talk about the future of the choir. I hope you guys have a great practice, email or call, and I hope to see you next Wednesday. Thanks guys, bye.